So many times I'm like, actually, I needed to do that. Many times I'm just like stuck between like just having to create, just getting everything out of my head and creating. And I think I'm just gonna start doing these raw. I got judged for these some years ago for doing this in a raw way and not editing them really, or adding so much. But I'll add some things and edit some things. But I'm just giving you a behind the scenes of like what a moment or a day, just a moment actually, looks like for me as a both as a business owner and partner to with my friend and actually two of my friends. Um, but what I'm wanting to do is create. I want to do like a content specifically geared towards Christian creatives, entrepreneurs, and artists, and and so and that's been the past 2 weeks. I'm trying to get those thoughts and ideas out of my head and into this something that's a little bit more tangible, and then even make it more tangible by making it in person, something available in person. So what I'm looking at right now, if you care to see, I am doing my YouTube video research, and actually, right after this, I'm going to be recording the video for this. But I'm just doing my research right now. I'm trying to decide which angle I want to approach the story. So I have several. I have the hero's journey. That's an obvious one. And the problem, agitate, solve the problem basically. And it's almost, and then the why, like Simon Sinek's Golden Circle applied personally. I like the hero's journey just because people. That's one thing I've learned in business is that you make your audience or your customer the hero, and so I'm gonna go. I'm probably gonna go with that one. But again, if you are a Christian creative or entrepreneur, what is it that you're doing to get your content out there? How do you go from in your head to, especially if you're a solopreneur, if you're alone, because I'm catching these guys on YouTube and I'm loving their stuff, but they have a full team. They've built something, and eventually I would love to get there with a team. That we can get into a whole community of sorts of creating content together that is doing that for that type of person, that audience. And so, because what you'll find, and I'm sure you've seen this already, is that the type of person you are is the type of person you attract, right? And you've heard that saying so many times is tell me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. But it works the other way around, is who you are is who you attract. And for me, for a long time, it's been a certain type of person because we were youth pastors. I was a worship director back at our house of prayer in church, and now I'm more focused on volunteering in our house of prayer, but also now building my business and building alongside my two friends, and then also just inspiring and coaching and working with friends just on a free basis, not even necessarily thinking how to make money off of them, but that makes me feel like, okay, there's a market out there of people who want to find other people who are doing, again, business, are doing content, who are making music, who is creating art pieces, or creating a clothing brand. Like, those are all real examples of friends that I have around me. And I'm like, man, if I can just create something alongside them or with them that can actually just be a support, that's where I'm at. But if that's you, solopreneur, how do you do it alone? What is your secret, if you have one? I genuinely want to know what's your secret and what are you doing? Like, what's the one thing that you feel like, man, when I do this, this helps me get there. So I'll give you the advice that I heard today on one of the videos. Was actually really good, and I'm trying to find, how do I make it good enough for me? Like, how do I apply that? How do I adapt that? And so the advice was, ask yourself two questions every single day of your life, or every single day, every single business day, whatever you want to do. And the questions that you need to ask yourself are, what are my businesses or my ministry or whatever it is that you're doing? What are my biggest constraints today? And what is the best and fastest thing I can do to overcome that constraint today. And the guy says that if you do that and answer that and work towards that day, then you can get to quicker results. You can get to results quicker. Sorry, my brain works a little slow. I need some more coffee, but so that's what I'm gonna try to do. So, and then I'm also in a Think Media VRA. What's it called? YouTube Academy, which is Video Ranking Academy, and I love the advice they give there when it comes to content specifically, and it's better done than perfect. And so I realized today with those two thoughts, the guy that I saw on YouTube, which actually they both were on YouTube, about the constraints and what can I do to get through them or over them or whatever it is, solve it. And then the better done than perfect, those two things make me feel like as it relates to my content, I'm creating this. And if this is good, and if this is hitting with the right audience and I am targeting the right person and you're seeing this even this far, then now I know what I can create in a better way and more polished and in a more cinematic or story way, which is how I actually want to move forward, is more story and cinematic rather than just sitting in front of the camera now. I've just been enjoying that, and I saw that if you haven't seen it, you should check out my treadmill video. It's just a 2-minute, I call it a 2-minute short or short documentary, whatever. I don't know what you want to call it. You let me know in the comments what it's called. And doing that actually had more fruit, more result, because getting people more into the story and involved into how does that make sense for them. So that's why I'm curious to see what you do and what ways of storytelling work for you. Because I don't know, social media is just ridiculous sometimes, and personally, that's why I would rather do things in person. Give me one sec. My son is asking me for something.
Charger.
He's asking me for a charger. So in case you didn't know, I work from home. And give me one sec. I'm gonna go put him to charge. Anyways, yeah. So YouTube is one. I'm trying to decide whether it's TikTok or Instagram. Honestly, I have to figure it out and get somebody around me to help create content for this and do it together. Which, by the way, interestingly enough, 4 years ago, that's what I named my business, Create Together, LLC, right here in Georgia. And just as a way of receiving payments and making it legal. But other than that, I didn't really need it. I could just do what I'm doing without it. So I'm curious to hear how you do it. Please share your secrets and your tips, or send me your videos. What are the videos that you watch that have been helpful to you? And again, watch my treadmill video. And if you haven't yet, follow me and subscribe so that you can come for this journey.